Yo, what up? It's your boy Storm back again with another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about some current events and what they have in common. So, the two major news stories of the past week or two have been number one, regarding the fires in the Amazon rainforest, and number two, this infamous Popeyes chicken sandwich. Now, these two things have one major theme in common. And I mean, they have a lot of smaller things in common. People talking about it on social media, people making a big deal about it, people taking hours, minutes, seconds, however long out of their day to think about and give energy towards these things. But ultimately, both of these things have one major thing in common. And it's actually not as bad as you might think. Now, both of these things, from the way I see it, are both symptoms or markers of the planet's vibration increasing, right? The overall vibration of the planet Gaia increasing, going up. Now, how could something so negative as to say an Amazon rainforest fire mean that the vibration of the planet is going up? Well, here's how. Now, in the case of the Amazon rainforest fires, yes, the actual event is tragic, but if you really do your research, you'll understand that forest fires in this region happen every single year. And it's only just now that we're now getting wind of it, talking about it more, making videos on it, posting about it on social media, etc. So what's different about these forest fires than forest fires of past? Well, nothing really. The only difference is the vibration of the planet as it's happening. Now, yes, these forest fires have been more intense than the ones that the Amazon has experienced in the past, but the thing is we as human beings didn't really know about these fires until about 3 weeks into them, right? Major media and news outlets weren't gonna push information about these fires because these things happen every year, and to push information about these fires would be counterintuitive to the agenda, so to speak. So what this shows us now is that the vibration of the planet is increasing, the vibration of people is increasing, people on this planet is increasing, and what people are starting to care about is changing, right? In the past, people wouldn't have posted about the fires because they wouldn't have known, but now people are starting to know about the fires, starting to care about them, and that is a direct result of the vibration of the planet increasing, people caring more and more about nature, on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. So the fact that these forest fires even made it to major news outlets just shows you that the power that people still hold, right? And when things happen that aren't talked about in the news, and then people hear about these things and people start to talk about these things eventually end up making it to the news, right? So I don't know, if you guys really understand how the news works, and you can go watch my video on why I don't watch the news anymore to get more information about that. But the news works by pumping you fear and keeping you in a fearful state. Now, in the case of these forest fires, news outlets are now forced to cover this subject because so many people in the public are covering it themselves via Twitter, via Instagram, via YouTube, you name it. So this is now showing us as human beings that we have more power to influence the media and to actually make a change. And in addition to that, these forest fires come off the back of a major win against, I think it was big oil companies or some kind of big companies that wanted to wanted to continue their deforestation of the rainforest. And I forget which tribe it was, but a tribe won a legal battle against these companies to prevent the deforestation of, the rainforest and consequently these people's homes. So all of these things are major wins for the Amazon, for the planet, for Earth. Yes, the Amazon had to burn to get us to this point, and it had to burn at record rates to get us to this point. But every ascension comes expansion and contraction, right? The contraction is the actual fire itself. The expansion comes after the fire, when you have people talking about the fire, bringing more awareness to the fact that fires happen there every year, bringing more awareness to the reason why these fires are happening, aka cattle ranching, making more room for cattle farms and the foods that they eat, aka soy. But ultimately, expansion and contraction are going to come with any kind of major ascension. So this is actually a good sign for us. Now, the Popeyes chicken sandwich. Let's talk about this real quick. The Popeyes chicken sandwich, people talking about it, people comparing it to Chick-fil-A, the overall whirlwind that's surrounding this chicken sandwich is also a sign of the planet's ascension. Why is a chicken sandwich a sign of our planet's ascension? Well, I'll tell you the reason. The reason why this chicken sandwich is so important is because it's chicken, right? The entire platform that Chick-fil-A runs off of is eat more chicken, right? It's a cow saying eat more chicken. So the ultimate goal of, say, a Popeyes or, say a Chick-fil-A, from a 3D point of view, is to make money, of course, but ultimately it's to get people further away from eating red meat, eating beef, right? The beef industry is also, consequently enough, what indirectly caused this huge Amazon rainforest situation. So the fact that people are now lining up outside of chicken establishments to eat more chicken is showing you that people, fast food wise, are starting to make more decisions skewed towards chicken as opposed to making their decisions skewed towards beef. Which, if I look at my own journey and my own ascension and my own last couple of years, that's kind of how I became vegan. I gave up red meat first, and then I was only eating chicken and fish. So if we're moving to a place where people are starting to choose to eat more chicken and fish as opposed to eating red meat, from a subconscious kind of point of view, from a subconscious kind of area, that's telling you that the vibration of the planet is increasing enough to where people are saying, you know what, I don't want steak today. Give me some chicken, right? Eventually, this is going to lead to, more and more and more plant-based options and plant-based lifestyles being available to people. I mean, you see this with Burger King, you see this with, all these different restaurants that are putting the Impossible Burger on their menus, while this burger itself might not be vegan because of the way that it's cooked, prepared, and so on. It's a plant-based option that gives people another choice to make outside of red meat, outside of beef, which, is causing a lot of the problems in our society anyway. The production and selling of beef products. But so both of these events, the Popeyes chicken sandwich and the Amazon rainforest, are both signs that our planet is actually ascending and we're moving in the right direction. Obviously, at face value, you might think the Amazon rainforest is the worst thing to ever happen, but in reality, Mother Earth can handle it. Mother Earth can handle it, and it's part of her ascension, right? In order to ascend, I'm sure a lot of you who have already ascended have gone through this, but in order to ascend, you have to have very traumatizing experiences. Traumatizing experiences to the point where you either have to decide to look at that experience, try to figure out why it happened and then move on and grow from it, or you can look at that experience and then crumble and cave under it and, have what's called a soul ejection, where the trauma makes you shut off and you just stop being present altogether. But Mother Earth can handle the forest fires. Mother Earth is handling it in a pretty superb way, to be honest, and we're all going to be fine. The Earth is ascending, we're all ascending, people are eating more chicken, and all is well. But until next time, this has been Storm. Peace.